Do you guys see anything? I don't know. I don't know if I see anything. Does anybody see anything? What about that guy over there? Did you see anything? I guess nobody can see this, huh? This is kind of hard to see. Kind of like a face mask in an NFL game, huh? Kind of stupid, isn't it? And welcome everybody to the Friday forecast. I am your boy King, hanging out with here. Sans Jimbo. Jimbo, of course, he had a little procedure this morning that left him unable to speak. So I'm doing it solo today on the Friday forecast. Jimbo was going. Listen, there was no way Jimbo was going to miss the Notre Dame game tomorrow at the big HVAC unit. So, come hell or high water, I know he's going to be here for that. Even if he's not going to talk, even if he doesn't talk for the whole game, he is going to be there for that. But obviously, you have stuff happen with your mouth. You're not going to be able to talk a lot. So, best of luck to Jimbo. Everybody give him the best luck and love and all the other wonderful things to wish Jimbo a speedy recovery as he gets ready to learn how to speak again. It's going to be a long road to recovery. It's not. He had a root canal. He's fine. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Week 8 games that we have here. Again, this is the second year in a row now the NFL has used Week 8 as kind of a no bye week. So this is kind of like a break in the bye weeks as a direct kind of midpoint of the season, I guess. So it seems like this is something that's going to happen going forward. And it makes me wonder how they'll probably do that in the future. Because, listen, they're adding an 18th game. We know that. So they're most likely going to be adding a second bye week for most of these teams, which, knocks it up to it's going to be a 20-week season. So you're probably going to see, there's going to be probably 2 weeks in the bye week area where they're going to have it separated and have no bye weeks there. But we got a full slate, 16 games. One of them already played, the Vikings versus the Rams. Me and Jimbo had both picked the Vikings. A lot of people in the group chat picks that we have here picked the Vikings. A lot of people in general, I think the Vikings had a 93% pick rate, where the Rams only had 7. But the Rams, with the surprise upset pick, with the upset win versus the Vikings. And I know the big thing is about the call yesterday about the missed face mask, and I started the show off with it, kind of screwed around and messing everybody with it. But that's there was no guarantee, clearly, that the Vikings were going to go down the field and score and get a 2-point conversion or whatever. It's just that, again, it's something so blatant, so obvious that was missed. And you had 2 officials looking at it. And we have the tape. We have the photographs. We see Mr. Referee looking at it, and we see Mr. Umpire looking at it directly. And both of them said, "Oh, well, I couldn't see directly." And it says in the in the questionnaire in the report after the game, it's like, "Oh, the umpire said he couldn't see it. He was blocked by players." Meanwhile, we have a direct photograph of the umpire staring directly at the face mask happening. So even if the referee missed it, the umpire saw it, didn't throw a flag. Now, my brother, who is he is a trained official. He is a trained umpire and referee, works as a football official. He said that what happens a lot of times is officials will kind of get upset if you throw a flag for something that was within their purview. It's like you throw flags for what you're supposed to look at, not for what I'm supposed to look at. But it seems like if that's how it's going to be the case, like if somebody misses something, you should be able to throw the flag on it, right? I don't know, especially something that obvious in a game like that. But either way, like I said, I don't know if that was gonna cause any miraculous comeback here for the Vikings in that game. But congratulations to the Rams, big win for the Rams. As it looks like Cooper Kupp is going to be staying there in beautiful, sunny Inglewood, California. But why don't we jump over and take a look at the picks that we got going on here. And wait a minute, I got to pull this up here. Let me pull these up so I have them here ready to go. There we go. And there we go. Now we'll switch over here as we're taking a look here at the picks that me and Jimbo have selected. Now, of course, you see we both picked the Vikings there last night. So we're starting out 0-1 this week, which is something we commonly do. We're just not great. Not great. And the first couple picks here we see are the same. We both have the Ravens over the Browns. That seems kind of a no fucking brainer. And, of course, we have the Lions, who I believe are an 11.5 point favorite against the Titans at home. Big spread. That's a big spread. That's a big one. I don't know. That's a big spread. So, I don't know. I would say take that, bet cautiously if you're going to do that. And again, remember, always bet responsibly. And these numbers and odds, from me anyway, because again, this is in no way endorsing any particular gambling site or endorsing gambling at all. All of these numbers that I throw at you and picks are for entertainment purposes only. I don't know if I'm legally required to say that, but I feel like I am. So, yes, we both have the Ravens over the Browns. We both have the Lions over the Titans, which seems to be, the good way to go. Our first disagreement on the picks comes here with the Indianapolis Colts versus the Houston Texans. Jimbo has the Texans, which a lot of people do have. Most of the people do. 95% are on the Texans. I'm going for the upset. I don't know why. I feel something with the little Anthony Richardson. And listen, maybe Anthony Richardson doesn't. Maybe he gets injured again, or maybe he's not effective and they pull him and throw Flacco in there. Or maybe he is effective. Maybe he's starting to learn. Maybe he's picking it up. But these two teams always play very close, very hard matchups. Again, it's another divisional matchup there. And when it comes to divisional matchups, it's never as clear-cut as it seems. Unless you're playing the Giants, in which case the Giants will suck and you'll blow the Giants out no matter what. Like the Eagles did last week. Anyway, so I'm going to go with the Colts. I'm going for the upset pick here. Indianapolis over the Texans. Jimbo, he's got the Texans. He's going with the favorite. He's got the Texans over the Colts. Now, let's take a look at some of these other games that we do have here. We'll scroll on down here. And now we get to the Green Bay Packers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. We both have the Green Bay Packers in this game. It kind of feels like the Jaguars are not. They won a game in London. Yay! I mean, who'd they play? The Patriots. Yeah. I mean, come on. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Next game, we have another differential here. Another difference. I have the Arizona Cardinals over the Miami Dolphins. Now, I know it seems like it's trending towards Tua playing. So, or was it official? I don't know if that was an officially said thing yet by Mike McDaniel or not, of whether or not he said he was playing. Let me see real quick. I want to see before I say anything like that. But even if he is, I'm still going to go with the Jets. The Miami is just not a good team. Even with Tua in there, we saw in the first 2 weeks that he was there. They just weren't good. They just weren't good. So, I'm going with the Jets. Jimbo going with the Miami Dolphins. Let's see. What's the latest? And he is cleared concussion protocol and is going to play against the Cardinals. So Jimbo's got the Dolphins at home. I've got the Cardinals. 53% on the Cardinals, 47% of the picks on the Dolphins. That's surprising. Seems a lot to me. The other pick we have different here. I have the New York Metropolitans going up to New England and taking care of business there against the New England Patriots. Jimbo's got the Patriots? It's an interesting pick. Might it happen? I have no idea. But that's who he's got. He's along with 7% of the picking public there. Go ahead and picking the Patriots. Don't know what Jimbo's thinking on that one. But again, I think the Jets, even with all the problems that the Jets have, they should be able to go ahead and beat the Patriots. And if they don't, oh boy, who is it going to get spicy? It's going to get real spicy in Florham Park. We can tell you that. We have another three straight differentials here. I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They are wearing Bucco Bruce. They're wearing the creamsicles. I'm sorry. That means a lot. That means something, ladies and gentlemen. At least to me. In this day and age, you're wearing Bucco Bruce. You're wearing the creamsicles at home. Yes, I know Mike Evans is out. Yes, I know Chris Godwin's gone for the season. But you're not going to let Burgo Bruce down. So I'm going to go ahead with the Buccaneers. Again, it's a very even matchup here when it comes to who's picking who. 52% on the Falcons, 48% with the Bucs. Jimbo's going to go with the Falcons on the road. Again, the Falcons, they kind of laid an egg at the Big Butthole Dome there in Atlanta last week against the Seahawks. Now here's a chance that they have to go ahead and really take advantage of the division and really get a chokehold on it. Again, this is another opportunity for the Falcons to show that they can take advantage of a Buccaneers team that is injured, that's coming in limping to this game. But don't doubt the power of the creamsicle. I don't. You shouldn't either. Buccaneers in that game for me. Jimbo again has the Falcons. Next up is the Eagles and the Bengals. I have the Bengals on this one. There's nothing about the Eagles that impressed me. Yeah, they beat the Giants, but who gives a shit? You know, Bayonne High School can beat the Giants. There's no, oh boy, the Eagles are back. Look at how great of a game Saquon had against the Giants. Okay, yeah, but the Giants suck. Joe Burrow doesn't suck. So I got a feeling that, and the Bengals, again, we're starting to get to that mid-season point, mid and late season. Bengals turn it on. So maybe this is a case like that too. Eagles are on the road. After a big, Saquon's emotional return to the big HVAC unit there in the Meadowlands, I got to go ahead with the Bengals on this one. Jimbo, picking the Eagles on this one. Not a bad pick. Again, it's another very close one. 54% on the Eagles, 46% with the Bengals. So very close to a 50-50 spot here on this game. And another one that me and Jimbo have very differently. Got the Bengals for me. Jimbo's got himself his hometown Eagles. We both have the Chargers over the Saints. The Saints right now are just a mess, and that's unfortunate considering how they started the season 2-0, and it looked like they were going to be one of these very cool surprise teams that you see every year, kind of like how the Vikings have been, and a few others like the Houston Texans were last year. But since then, it's been a straight-on drop-off, 5 straight losses for the Saints, and it feels like this is going to be number 6 rearing its ugly head here. Next, we have the Bills. We both have the Bills in this game over the Seattle Seahawks. Again, I know Seattle went into Atlanta and won, and now the Bills are going on the road to Seattle, playing up there at Lumen Field. Every time I hear it, I want to say like Dr. Loomis from Halloween. You know, see Donald Pleasant's bald head just as the big sign outside the stadium. Again, this one seems like a fairly easy pick, at least to me. Anyway, 82% of the picks are on the Bills. I agree with that. The Bills, while not having played the best, I think should play well enough to go ahead and beat the Seahawks. Jimbo agrees. Bills over Seahawks. We have another differential game here between me and Jimbo. I have the Chicago Bears going into Washington and beating the football team of Redskin Commanders. Whether or not Jaden Daniels plays, I still think the Bears pull this one off. I think right now, the biggest key, the biggest difference right now for me is defense. And I think the Bears have a better defense than Washington does now. And even if Jaden does play, how limited will he be? How much will that rib injury limit him, if it does at all? But even if it doesn't, I still like the Bears more in this game, even though they're on the road. And the people in Vegas seem to like it too, as the Bears are a road favorite. Bears are favored by 3 points. They're at whatever the hell they're calling that ugly-ass stadium now in Landover, Maryland. Jimbo, on the other hand, he's flipped that script. He says he thinks Washington's going to win, whether or not Jaden Daniels plays. I know he said before he's not super sold on Caleb Williams yet. Yes, Caleb Williams has had a couple of very good games, but they've been against the Panthers, they've been against the Jaguars, they've been against some of these other teams that aren't the best, and I get that. But I also, my personal opinion is I think that might be actually very good for him in a way to kind of develop and, kind of like training wheels. You have some of these NFL teams, which are still NFL teams. They're not good teams, not good teams as far as NFL-wise, but they're still NFL teams, and it's a kind of good way to get your feet wet, as it were, and maybe start building up some of that confidence. And I think that's what Caleb is doing there right now in Chicago. This is going to be a big test for the Bears. We're going to see where they are In a respect, I still don't know if we're close to going to put them in a top tier, even if they win this game. But it'll be another like, oh, Bears are making progress kind of game. At least I think so. That's why I have picked the Bears. Jimbo, of course, as we said, has picked the football team of Redskin Commanders. Next game up, we have the Panthers and the Broncos. We both have the Broncos because the Panthers are just atrocious. 98% of the picks are on the Broncos. I feel that's how it's going to be for any of the Panthers games because the Panthers are just terrible. What are you going to do? The next game we also agree on is the Chiefs over the Raiders. Chiefs, I think we're going to beat the Raiders anyway. Now they got DeAndre Hopkins. We'll see how they ease him in there. How does he look in that offense? And will this help to spark the Chiefs to play a lot better? And boy, if they start playing better, they're 6-0 and they played like shit. If they actually start playing better, holy shit, league's in trouble. That's all I'm going to say. Sunday night, the Dallas Cowboys make a trip out to Santa Clara, California, about 60 miles away from fucking San Francisco. And people want to talk shit about the Giants and Jets playing in Jersey when they're only about 6 miles away from downtown New York City. Anyway, old argument. Not going to get into it right now. But me and Jimbo both have the Niners in this game. I think this is, and maybe this is a sad thing for Cowboys fans to hear, but I think this is a get-right game for the 49ers. I think this is a game where, you know, you want to try to build yourself back up. The Niners, again, not playing well. The NFC West, though, still very much wide open. Nobody's really taking advantage of that division. And with what I think will be a Seahawks loss coming up against the Bills this week, if San Francisco wins, they're right back in there. And there's a chance that everybody in the NFC West ends up tied at the end of this week at what, 4-4? Because that's it. The Niners are 3-4. What are the Cardinals? Because I picked them too. Yeah, they're 3-4. The Rams right now are 3-4. So yeah, because they won. So they had a bye week already. Did the Rams? So they're already 3-4. And so you had everybody could be tied except for the Rams. They'd still be a game back because they had a bye. But I feel that's the way the NFC West is kind of going right now. And if you're San Francisco, this is an opportunity you have, not just to kind of beat up on an old rival, which is always fun, but to more importantly, get right back into that divisional race in a division that's kind of been slacking and lagging, where you can go ahead, jump in there, and get that done. And then on Monday night, I don't want to watch this game. I don't want to watch it, but we will be watching it right here on Stay Tuned Sports, live with you as we give play-by-play and reactions to the New York Giants making a trip out to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. And boy, oh boy, 97% of the picks are on the Steelers. And I got to say, I agree. Even as a Giants fan, I'm not, listen, I'm going to be rooting for the Giants, but I'm not fucking stupid. Going to pick the Steelers on this one. Jimbo picks the Steelers as well, especially if Russell Wilson continues to play the way that he played against the Jets in the later part of the first half and into the second half. If Russell Wilson continues to build on that and play in that style and really kind of open things up there for the Steelers, this is going to have a chance to be a long night. And please, NFL, I don't even know. Like, if there's any more primetime games with the Giants, please move. Just get away. No more. We as Giants fans understand, we don't want to see these guys in primetime. We love them. I'm going to root for them. Come hell or high water, even when they suck. I've been rooting them for my whole life. I went through the Danny Cannell and Dave Brown years. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen it all. So I'm still going to root for them. But I have no problem watching the Giants at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sundays. Not at all. I love it, in fact. That's fine. Keep us the fuck off of primetime. Because it's embarrassing to then have the entire nation watch us and be like, look at this. Look at these embarrassing people. Look at this embarrassing team. It's embarrassing. Stop it. So yeah, that's the picks that we have here. I have the Steelers over the Giants, and that is the Friday forecast that we have here. Again, I'm sorry, doing it by myself. Jimbo, again, like I said, incapacitated at the moment. Recovering well. You can send him your well wishes, either on here or on social media at Jimbo ST Sports. That's on his Twitter. You can go and send him some good, positive messages about recovering and feeling better. And you hope he does well. And again, we'll see how Jimbo's doing coming up on Sunday to see what games we will do. If Jimbo's feeling better and can do the games, we'll do the Eagles and Bengals. If he's not feeling up to it, which is certainly the case, I think this root canals take a while to heal up there. It'll be I'll probably switch it to the Falcons and Buccaneers game. So we'll see what we want to do with that, and then might do Bears Commanders at 4:15, 4:20, whatever that game's going to be, and 4:20. And then of course I'll do the Cowboys and 49ers. So might be a 3-game Sunday. We'll see how I feel as well and see if I want to go ahead and do that. But I might, and we'll see. So we'll see you on Sunday to see how these picks turn out. And hopefully I start making a little bit more of a climb. Or these picks too. There's a lot that I have different with Jimbo, and there's a lot I'm probably going to have different with other people. So these picks might actually turn out to be pretty fucking bad. So I have no idea. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching us here on Stay Tuned Sports. My name has been King. If you like what you watch, please give us a like, share, and a subscribe if you're not already subscribed. It helps us out tremendously. Obviously, the likes and the shares help us with the algorithm and get more eyeballs onto the show and onto the channel. And, of course, the subscribes help us get a lot closer to being monetized, which is, of course, one of the big goals that we have here. We were over 200 after we got double rated a couple Monday nights ago by It's in the Blood. And the blood raid that they had there with Papa Blood, that was pretty cool. And then also Tom Grossi, the king of no pun intended, of YouTube watch along play-by-play football. Got a Grossi Posse raid there, and that got us over 200. And then the next morning they took away like 36 of them, and I don't know why. I don't know if that was just 36 people deciding, we're not going to watch this, or if it was YouTube taking it away. I have no idea. But we're on our way back to 200. I think we're at 182 right now. So the goal, of course, is to get to 200, and you guys can help us out. If you do want to help us out a little bit more directly, we have links for our donation station and our merch store right down in the description below. And you can help us out with that as if you would like. Again, the leader in the clubhouse when it comes to the donation is Pecan. As you see his name coming up right here on the ticker. There, he's donated $15. If you want to get your name on a ticker, you donate more than $15, your name will go up there. But, of course, any and all donations are welcome and appreciated, and you'll get a shout-out when we see it and when we get it. So I want to thank you so much for everybody, for hanging out with us here on Stay Tuned Sports on Friday Forecast. And my name is King. And until Sunday, when we're watching one of the games, whether it's the Eagles and Bengals or the Falcons and Buccaneers, until then, I will see you there. Later, everybody.